What is going on, Asphyxiation Nation? This is Asphyxiated 503, and today I am bringing you a long overdue commentary, Classes in Session episode 5. Now, I had a couple ideas I was going to do for this episode, but something big, I guess it's not deemed particularly big, it's not like a religious leader died, but yesterday at about 3 a.m., Dr. Death, I don't know if anybody here has heard of him. I'm going to explain about who he was and what he did. He passed away about 3 in the morning, and it's kind of a big deal at the same time as it depends on your outlook on things. So Dr. Death was a nickname that the media pretty much came up for him. His actual name was Jack Kevorkian, and he was widely known for being a supporter of euthanasia in humans. So for those of you that don't know what that means, it is a physician-assisted suicide. So think of it this way. You know how if you have a suffering pet or animal, it gets put to sleep. Well, it's the same thing for, say, a terminally ill cancer patient or someone suffering from Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, something along the lines of that they're going to die from, and it makes their quality of life pretty much where they're suffering every day. And he gave them the option to kill themselves, and it would be physician assisted, which means that he would be there. He would provide all of the medication that would, or I guess it's not really medication, but it is at the same time, to kill yourself. And I had first heard of him on a HBO movie. I was watching HBO with my girlfriend, and there was it was fucking The Story of Jack, or You Don't Know Jack was the name of the movie, and it was a full-length movie about his life and how they had tried to stop him from allowing people to die on their own terms. So this is a big deal because it then pits religious movements such as Christianity and other types of churches against people that say don't so much believe in the Bible 100%. Now, I don't want to call them atheists, but I mean, just because you don't believe in the Bible doesn't mean that you don't believe in, say, God per se, in quotation marks here, because there are multiple gods. Just because one person believes in one God doesn't mean the other person believes. I mean, you guys understand, it's religion. And so the argument that religion has, let's just use Christianity, because that is most widespread in America. So you've got the Christians saying that suicide is bad. You commit suicide, you will not be allowed into heaven. So big pearly gates, God standing there. However the media has portrayed heaven. Now you've got the other side saying, well, how is it deemed religious or godly to keep a human suffering while they are terminally ill? So it creates this gigantic debate. And now whatever you believe in is what you believe in. What I believe in is what I believe in. I'm trying to keep this as unbiased as possible. Now, this is a big deal to me because I know that, since you guys know, 503 is Oregon, and Oregon is one of 3 states that it is still legal to perform physician-assisted suicide. So pretty much the process, at least in Oregon, is you fill out this piece of paper that you sign. You say, I sign your name, am willing to, or I am seeking, like, physician-assisted suicide or something like that. You're seeking the medication to kill yourself, and then there's like a 2-week waiting period after it's signed by 2 different doctors saying that you have been granted this access, and then you pretty much just kill yourself with this medicine. Now, at first thought, you think, wow, that's some heavy stuff, people wanting to kill themselves, but you also have to look at it, or you may even be thinking that that's not right. They should not be allowed to kill themselves with government help. There's a difference between going out and blowing your head off, and there's a difference between a humane way to kill yourself. But you have to look at the fact that these people are suffering from their illness. They are terminally ill cancer patients, Lou Gehrig's disease, where they lose all the control of their body, Parkinson's. It's all just like, these are diseases that I know, thinking about them, I'm scared to get older and possibly face the fact that I might have one of these diseases one day. But then you got to look at the other side and be like, I know personally, looking at it now, see, but I've never had to suffer through anything, you know? But looking at it, I would not personally want to take my own life through or because of suffering, but that's because I've never suffered over anything so bad that I'm going to die from it, you know? To where my quality of life is to where I can't even get off the couch and I'm just on medicine all day because I'm in so much pain. So you got to think about both sides here. You've got the religious people saying that it's wrong, it is against the Bible, and then you've got, let's just say, we'll say Dr. Death's side, where these people are suffering and they are like, their quality of life is just terrible. And now Dr. Death, what he did is he did not persuade anybody to take their own life. He only had the resources and he presented them to the people that wanted them. So he got sent to jail for 8 years in 1999 for second-degree murder. They had tried him, I believe it was 5 times prior to this, and they finally were able to get something to where he touched the cyanide that was dripping into the thing or something like that, and they were able to get a second-degree murder charge placed on him. The 5 times prior to that, he was able to win his legal battles against these religious groups that were trying to shut him down, saying that he's murdering people. When, in a sense, I mean, this is where it gets tricky. What do you think that he's killing them? Do you think he's helping them? And then there's this good point that I read. We are allowed to take our pets down to the Humane Society, to a veterinarian clinic, when they are not living the quality of life that is deemed acceptable. They are suffering from their illness, and we are allowed to put them down to put them to sleep, which is where they go to sleep and then slowly die. And then that's legal. But then you've got a human that is suffering from a terminal illness. My fault on that. And they cannot be granted the decision to take their own life because they are suffering. And it's not like they're taking their own life by just going out in the backyard and blowing their head off with a shotgun. They're doing it in a humane way that is deemed acceptable by their family. And I mean, just think about that. Running out of time here, guys. I just want to touch on one more point. Look at it this way. We have got people on death row that are on there because they've taken somebody else's life. And we put them on death row and we kill them in a humane way. But then we've got law-abiding citizens that have contracted an illness that they didn't ask for. They are suffering from. But we force them to live this quality of life to where they can't even walk anymore. They can't breathe on their own. They can't even bathe on their own. And we make them suffer until they die in this terrible way, as opposed to these people that have taken somebody else's life and then get a humane death. I mean, think about that. And another argument I saw was that they do that is because of doctors in this country. There's a lot of money in medicine, guys. You know, everybody that is terminally ill kill themselves. There's not going to be any people for the doctors to work on and make all their millions. So that, I mean, I thought that was a good point. So let me go ahead, or let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what your take on this is. Thank you for watching, either on my channel or Legion Cinema. I appreciate it a lot. This has been Asphyxiated 503. Peace. A lot of credits. I had like $60 worth of credits at this place from just trading in all my old crap that I didn't need anymore. And I had Grand Theft Auto 3 for PlayStation 2, but I didn't play it very much. I mean, it sat around a lot, and sorry, I was trying to use A as a handbrake. Interact with you guys, and so we can bullshit on Twitter and whatnot. My Twitter will be in the description below. It's also in my About Me section of my channel, and it's just twitter.com/